Oh no.
And
How many rolls did you buy?
it was some that I had here,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought I had 6 rolls, but I only had 5.
Oh no, I think it'll be okay. It's
And
just two squares. Just fluff it out a little bit. I think you'll be okay. What color are you using?
it's like an off-white.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I have a bunch of green that I got a while ago that I'm going to use. And I was going to put green and white or green and red because I have red too. But I think I'm just going to do green because they look really nice when you mix the colors too. And that's kind of why I like to do the shelf liner wreaths with the squares instead of the pull through because you can do the pull
Mhm.
through too, but you can't mix the colors. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this one on my wall over here, you could see um, it's got
Oh,
mixed.
yes.
Yeah, I like that look, and you can't get that when you're doing the pull through. So, but I don't know. I was just gonna do green, I think, because I have a really pretty bow I want to use, but I have a ton of red um, shelf liner I got from Family Dollar. I probably have like 8 rolls in here. I have a ton.
I have to check them.
Yeah, Family Dollar is the only place I've ever been able to find the red. Um, did you see my post the other day when I was talking about how you can dye your shelf liner or paint
Yes.
it? I think I like the dyeing method better, but you have to make sure that you buy the RIT dye. It's called Dye More. Um,
Mm-hmm.
because I tried the regular RIT dye and it didn't stick to the shelf liner. It didn't. It's meant for fabrics, but the dye more it's called is meant for synthetics and acrylics and polyester and plastics. So I actually did get, but they don't really have many colors. I was going to call them and see if you could mix colors to make a different color, but the only green they had was a peacock green, and it's more. I don't know if you can really see that. It's kind of
Oh,
like
it's
a
pretty though.
yeah, but it's kind of bluish. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Do you think? Can
Yeah,
you
it
tell?
does have a little bluish
Yeah,
tint
well, it's
to it.
peacock green, so that makes sense. But I mean, but it really worked. It really
It looks like
I
it
only
took
soaked it
well.
for like 10 minutes, and it really adhered. The shelf liner really soaked it up.
Well,
But
I
they
got my
have like
Dollar Tree sign,
what's
my
that?
Santa Dollar Tree sign.
You have a Santa Dollar Tree sign? They don't have the Santas out at my Dollar Tree yet.
Oh, they don't.
No, they have a few signs, but they don't have a lot of they don't have any of the Santa ones. Hi, Kimmy.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm doing well.
Good, good. We're talking about dyeing shelf liner.
Okay,
Did you see my post the other day in the group?
I did.
If you tried, I was telling Ronnie, make sure that you get the RIT brand dye more, not the regular RIT dye, because that won't work. It won't
Okay,
work on the shelf liner. I tried it last night and it doesn't soak it up because it's meant for fabrics. But the dye more, it's a little bit more expensive, but it's meant for synthetics and acrylics and plastics, and it will work. Just make sure that you cut your shelf liner into squares first. So.
okay,
Anyway, or you can paint it. I mean, painting it works too. It's just that I feel like with the dye, with the paint, it's kind of a little bit stiff. But with the dye, it doesn't. It's the same. It feels the same as when before you dyed it. And Ronnie's got her video cam on. Is that your candy cane?
Yes, it's almost finished.
How pretty.
I just have the top to do. I've been fussing with a sciatic nerve problem and trying to get my room in order, and so I'm just now getting it to the point where it's almost done.
Good. That's awesome. It's really awesome. We've got 3 people here so far. It's only 8:01. I'm going to wait a little bit more. See, I don't know why this doesn't work for me. I called Zoom meeting the other day. I called Zoom because there's a way, because want the final video just to be on me. And I know a lot of times when somebody's talking, it switches to their video feed. I don't really think it's a big deal. But there's a way I guess I could do it where the video feed is just on me the whole time. But I'm clicking on my name here and it's not working for me, so whatever. So we have Kimmy, we have Ronnie, we have Debbie. Which Debbie is this? I have many Debbies. I can never. Hi, Debbie.
Debbie Motley.
Oh, Debbie Motley's back. How you feeling?
Not too good, but I'm okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Had a lot of pain today.
I'm sorry, honey.
Thanks.
All right, so what is this little button? What does this do? Never mind, I'm not even gonna mess with that. Okay. Well, it's 8:02. I don't know. I don't really remember how many people signed up for the class. Let me jump into my Facebook here and see how many people we have signed up here. A lot of people, they sign up for the class, but then they end up just wanting the video because they can't make the class for whatever reason, and that's fine. That's totally fine. Let me see how many we have here. Says 29 people are going, so maybe everybody's just kind of a little bit late, but I'm going to get started. I don't want you guys to have to wait. So let me get back to my camera over here. So everybody's got their shelf liner cut. Let me move this over. This is actually going to be a really fun class because the nice thing about shelf liner, if you've never done one before, is no fraying. It can be a little bit time consuming, but I made a ton of these over the summer because I just got addicted to them because they're just so easy to make. And I still have one. Where's my plug? I still have one that I haven't finished yet because you can use other types of shelf liner, and I figured that out when I found some that I really wanted to use, but it wasn't the same type, and I'm trying to get it out here first so I can show you. It wasn't the same type of shelf liner that I was used to using, but I thought it was so pretty that I wanted to try it. And this is the shelf liner, and it's called the Smooth. You can see that pattern. It's called the Smooth Top. I think Contact makes it. I can't remember who makes it. I think I might even have another roll over there. But it's one-sided, okay? So I was trying to figure out how I could incorporate that into a wreath. And it did work. I haven't finished it yet. But I don't know if I've showed you guys this before, but look how pretty that is. I actually had to play with it, and I had to put the shelf liner in a certain way so you could see it, so you could see the pattern. But I thought they came out really, really pretty. So you can use the regular shelf liner, and this is actually the thicker shelf liner too. You can use the thicker stuff too. It's a little harder to work with, but I mean, I thought that came out really nice, and I got to finish it. It's just one of those things that I started and I didn't finish. I think I ran out of the wine-colored shelf liner, so I had to get more, and I just haven't had a chance to finish it yet. But I wanted to show you that. So you can use the other types of shelf liner, the kind that you get from the Dollar Tree or Family Dollar or whatever. It's nice because it's thin and it's easy to scrunch. So let me get my chair. And you can add ribbon to these too. There's a certain way you have to do it. I'm probably not going to add ribbon to mine because I'm going to put a bow, I think, and a sign. I can't get my chair. There we go. Okay. So I have a 14.5-inch wreath form from Dollar Tree. You can use a bigger wreath form if you want to. You just have to add more of your shelf liner. 6 by 6 inch squares. Okay. Typically, you can fit. That's why they say 120 squares or 6 rolls. You're looking to get 10 in each section. Okay, and you're going to do these 2 middle bars. That's what you're going to attach them to. So you're going to have 10 here, and you're going to have 10 here. So you're going to have 20 per section. And it's really easy. All you do is, like, if you're going to scrunch up a piece of mesh, if you've ever made a mesh ruffle wreath, you're just going to do this with your shelf liner. So get your shelf liner and just find your middle spot and just start scrunching. And you're going to make your little bow tie, just like that. Okay, that's it. You take your zip tie. These are the shorter zip ties I got from Walmart. I kind of wished I would have gotten the longer ones, only because sometimes it's kind of difficult to work with the shorter ones, but then you have less to cut off. So make sure if you've used zip ties before that you're putting it the right way. So obviously the flat end, if you can see that, the flat end has to be wrapped around. So when you're doing your zip tie, make sure that you're putting this end into the flat end and not the end that's sticking out. I mean, I'm sure you probably know that, but so you've got your little bow tie. Just take your zip tie and wrap it around. Actually, you're going to be, I haven't made one of these in a while, but so actually what you're going to do is you're going to do face down. Hold on a second here. You're going to wrap it face down like that, okay? Make sure that your ruffle is kind of ruffled in like that, okay? So then you're going to pinch it like that. You're going to pinch it, so then you have your zip tie sticking out here, okay? Make sure it's facing the right way, so it's going to, because if you try to put it in the other way, it's not going to close. I've done that many times. So then go to your second bar here and just feed it through, and then just zip tie it. Just put it in there. You don't have to worry about cutting them along as you go. You can do it all after. So there's your first one. And you want them to be going, what the heck happened? You want them to be going up and down like this. Okay? They're going to be going like that. But when you get your other layer in over here, it's going to push it all up. So it's going to be, they're all going to be facing up. So, but I go two at a time. I don't do one row and then do that row. I do here and then I do one here, and I do that all the way around. So you're starting with the one on the top, and then you're going to go to this one. I just think it's easier that way. This is probably going to be kind of a boring class because this is really all we're going to be doing. So I'll just be sitting here talking to myself like I usually do, unless anybody has any questions. But that's really it. And you're going to find this is just so easy to work with, and you're going to love the way it looks when it's done. So now I have another zip tie here. So we're going to go right underneath to this other bar and just do the same thing. You really don't need to do all 3 bars. 2 is good. All 4 bars, I mean to say. Now, hold on one second. I want to look at something. Like I said, it's been a while since I made one of these. I want to look at my other wreath that I have had hanging on my wall here since summer. I just wanted to make sure I was telling you guys the right thing. And I am. You can see here, it's been so long. It is just the 2 middle bars all the way around. I was second guessing myself here. That's what I made over the summer. And I like how with the cut, I was showing Ronnie, with the cut squares, you can blend your colors like that. So I was actually going to do, I have some red shelf liner. I was actually going to do a row of green and then a row of red and then another green and then another red, or even green and white, because it just looks pretty like that. And you can't do that when you do the pull through with the shelf liner, and you can do the pull through ruffle with the shelf liner too. But I like the squares method because you can mix the colors if you want to. But for this class, I'm just going to do green. But the nice thing is if you couldn't find a color and you just have like a neutral color or a white or a tan, you can add so many pretty embellishments to dress it up. You can glue ornaments on, you can put a bow, and again, there is a way you can add ribbon to these two, and I'll show you, like ribbon streamers. So again, I started on this top bar. Try to get it as tight as you can. And you don't even really have to worry about fluffing it as you go, because it'll, once you start getting them all filled in, move my zip ties over here. But I just love working with this stuff. First of all, you don't have any of those crazy frays like you do with the mesh. I actually even saw, if anybody saw the folded burlap wreath that I did, I'm telling you something right now, that came out really pretty. So now I'm just going back to this other bar right underneath and doing it again. They're really pretty, but they're a lot of work. And I actually saw somebody that did it with shelf liner. They did the folded braid, the Swedish braid wreath with shelf liner, and I thought that's really a good idea. You could actually do it with regular fabric too, because anything you can cut into a 6-inch square, 5-inch square, you can, braid and fold. So as you're going along, just kind of squish them together. Just squish them. Another thing I wanted to tell you is when you're putting it on your zip tie, make another ruffle here. Try to make sure that, see how I'm kind of folding it in a little bit. Make sure that you're even on both sides, and you can tell that when you wrap your zip tie around it that you're even on both sides. It just makes a better final product. So when you're lifting it up like that, you can kind of tell that they're even. So who do we have here? We've got Debbie, Kimmy, we've got Linda, Ronnie. Kind of a small group tonight. I thought maybe I'd have more people. Maybe everybody decided to go to the movies or something. I actually had a really fun day. Some friends of mine, my friend Sue and her husband, they built a house out in the country, and it's something they've been planning for a very long time. They're both retired, and they built this really pretty, sort of like anybody who's ever heard of the Adirondack Mountains here, it sort of reminded me of that. It's very rustic, and it was out in the country, and just stepping out of my car and, hold on a second, did I miss one here? Stepping out of my car and just listening to the silence in the woods. It was just awesome. So we went out there today, my sister and I, and we had lunch, and it was just a nice afternoon. It was very relaxing. Oops, wait a second here. Where did that go? I'm just fixing something on my screen here. Nice way to spend a Saturday afternoon. I find that sometimes I get very overwhelmed when I shop. I know a lot of women like to shop, but if I get to a mall, look how pretty that looks already. Look how nice and fluffy that is. And I've only got how many rows here? Only three or 6 pieces done. So I find that when I go to a mall or when I do a lot of shopping during the day, it kind of stresses me out. I don't know. I don't know if it has to do with the fact that I'm spending money or so sometimes I kind of just like to, just spend a nice afternoon with friends, having lunch, just relaxing. I'm very much a homebody. I don't like a lot of stuff that involves crowds, and I'd rather have a nice quiet day. I noticed that somebody was doing a live in my group tonight, a live video, and I know that my admin messaged me and said that she asked for permission. So all I'm doing right now is just making sure that they're going up and down. You kind of want them to go up and down when you scrunch them. And she was just showing how to do a basic deco mesh wreath with ribbon. So, but I like the when they ask. You know, we've had some people that just go ahead and they jump on and they want to do a live video, and you know, I don't have a problem with that. But it just be polite, you know, and be polite and ask first. So that's all. We're not ogres, you know. We don't. It's tough sometimes when you're admin of such a large group and you have to try to set some rules and you have to kind of have boundaries, or people will just want to do whatever they want. So I'm going to, what do I have here? 1, 2, 3. It's easy to kind of lose track, so I got to look at it from the back this way. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I got to do another one on this other row here. We're just going up and down. If you want to do it the other way, if you would rather do one row at a time, you can certainly do that. I'm not used to doing it on a table. Whenever I've done this before, I've like set it on my lap. So I'm not really used to doing this on a table, but it's fine. So just kind of fluff them up and squish them over as you go. You can even add more. If you, see now this one is uneven. I don't like that, so I have to cut that one off. Because I'm busy chattering here. And it didn't come out even, so I'm going to cut it off, which isn't always easy to do. But I want my piece to be even here. You can get it. As I'm talking away. We have Anne here. Hi, Anne. So like I said, just make sure that when you're pulling it up like that before you attach it, that it's even. So you've got an even piece. So where was I here? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. I need one here. Okay, so far I've got 4 on the top and 4 in the middle, or on the bottom if you want to call it the bottom. We're using the 2 middle bars. Just kind of scrunch it over as you go. So that's really only 4 so far. And look how nice and full that is and pretty. So we've got 6 more to go. I think I got this green from Family Dollar as well. No, wait a minute. No, Rite Aid. Rite Aid is where I got the green. And I've had this for a while. I had this since the summer. But again, for whoever's just joining us, if you buy the Wreath fabric dye, you can dye your shelf liner. But you have to make sure that you buy the Wreath Dye More brand, DYEMORE, because that is for synthetics, acrylics, polyester. I tried to use the regular fabric dye and it did not work. The shelf liner would not absorb it. It has to be the Wreath Dye More fabric dye. So and it did take it very well. This is actually some that I got. I didn't use it because the only green that they have in the Rit Dye More it's called a peacock green, and this is the peacock green, and it's more like a bluish green, and I didn't really want to use that in a Christmas wreath, so I was actually going to see, but you can see how well it took the color though from the dye, and this was white shelf liner, and it didn't compromise the texture of it at all. It's still the same as it was before, but I was going to call them and see if you could mix the colors. Because I kind of just wanted a lighter green. This one's a little tiny bit uneven, but sometimes you can even pull it through a little bit more if it's, I don't want to rip it. So I need to get my mesh cut also for my class tomorrow for our much anticipated Dollar Tree Witch Hat class. Christmas tree, I should say. Dollar Tree Witch Hat. Now, where am I now? I guess I'm not used to doing this on a table. I need to see. So I got 5 on the top and 4 on the bottom. So I need to do 1 on the bottom. So again, if you're just joining us, we're attaching our shelf liner to these 2 middle bars. And you're going to have 10 on one row and 10 on the other row, so a total of 20 per section. And that should be about 6 rolls if you bought the Dollar Tree shelf liner, or I think these rolls come in 12-inch by 5 feet. If you cut up 6 of those rolls, you should have 120 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sometimes I feel like when everybody starts working and we're all busy, we all kind of know what we're doing here. I feel like I don't have anything to say. I feel like, what should I say? I don't think Susan's here with us tonight. I thought Susan Sullivan was going to be here with us tonight, but I don't see her. She hasn't missed a class yet. I hope she's okay. She's been with me every class. So far I have 6 on the top and 6 on the bottom. I hear my son outside with my doggie. She's blind, and she doesn't really know where she's going. When he takes her out, she gets very confused, and I hear him trying to guide her out there. My poor puppy. She gets around the house pretty good, though. Oh, I'm a little bit blurry. I don't know why I get blurry sometimes. 1 second. There we go. How's everybody doing? Okay? Is it making sense? It's really easy once you get started. Making your little ruffles, that's all you're doing. I like these, I just find them very relaxing. Three, four, five, six, seven. Down here. This is another one of those projects where you can get up and you can take a break and walk away for a little while because kind of give your fingers a break. I've heard some people say that the shelf liner texture bothers their hands, like it dries their hands out. I've never really had that problem. I don't know. Some people say that it bothers their hands. See, I like to turn mine in a little bit as I do it. It's just a habit that I have before I attach it. I usually cut my ties off after each section. That's when I'll go back and I'll cut my extra zip ties off. But look how nice and fluffy and full that is. I just love these wreaths. Look how pretty that is. When it's all done, it's really going to be gorgeous. You're not going to see your wreath form at all. I've had people ask me that question, you know, how do you keep your wreath form from showing through? You can definitely spray paint your wreath form. I've done that. You can spray paint it in the same color as the mesh you're going to use, or just do a white, like if you have a lighter colored mesh. Absolutely, it works very well. And it helps to hide your wreath form too. Well, I'm blurry again. I don't understand why it does that. I don't touch my camera and it just gets blurry. I'm just sitting here. You know what I think I might do tonight, because this is going to take us a little while. If no one minds, what I think I might do. Where am I now here? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't need one on the bottom. What I think I might do is, because I don't want you guys sitting here watching me doing every single section. This is going to take a while. What I think I might do is just stop the recording and get most of my sections done and then come back. Is that okay with everybody? Then we can kind of sit and work on our projects, because I feel like you guys are going to get bored sitting here watching me do all my sections here. Is everybody okay with that?
Fine with
That's
me.
fine with me.
I mean, do you all get the gist of it, what we're doing here?
Yes.
And then what I'll do is I'll just finish, my sections and then come back. See, I already messed this one up. I have it going the wrong way. And then when I come back, I'll show you how to attach ribbon and so on and so forth. But let me just finish this one section first here. But you can see how easy this is. It's, definitely not a difficult technique. But I think I've got my last one going on here. I got to count. You're going to want 10 per section, or actually 20 total, 10 per row, and then a total of 20 per section. If you feel like it's not full enough for you with 20, then you can add another row, but usually it's full enough. I gotta look at it and see. We can all kind of sit here and finish. I'm gonna go make myself some coffee, I think. I need coffee all of a sudden. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I need one more down here. I need my 20. Okay, let me stand up for a second because I want to look at this. So there I have my 20 pieces of shelf liner here. 10 in the top, 10 in the middle, or 10 here and 10 here. You can see just that one section is really nice and full. You can see how pretty that's going to be when that's done. All your pieces are on there. So I love the way that looks. So let's do this then, ladies. I'm going to go make myself some coffee. I'm going to pause the recording. If you guys could just do me a favor and hop off, because I want to keep, I can't shut my Zoom meeting down if I'm pausing the recording. I have to keep it open. But if you ladies could just kind of if you want to keep watching me, you can, but I'm not going to be talking or anything. I'm just going to be kind of sitting here doing my thing. If you just want to hop off and come back on, let me think for a second here. I gotta plug my laptop in. Actually, you know what? If you want to just stay on the meeting, you can, but I'm going to pause the recording, and I'm just going to be working. I'm not going to be interacting. If you want to stop and maybe ask a question, I'll be here. But I just, you know what I mean? Everybody can just do their own thing. I'm going to pause the recording, and then I'll, turn it back on again when we're getting ready to add our ribbon and stuff. Is that okay? Is that okay with everybody?
Fine with me.
All right, honey. I'm going to pause the recording, but I'll be here if you have a question. I'm just going to be working. So we're recording again. I'm talking to the people that are in the class, and I'm realizing I'm not recording here. So you guys can see that, I think it's been about an hour since I paused it, maybe a little bit more, an hour and 15 minutes, that I've pretty much got all of it done. I'm down to my last section here. So like I said, in the interest of time, I didn't want you folks to sit here and just watch me, do all the sections, because it does take a while. You find that, whoever's watching the video, your fingers are probably going to get sore. You know what? Take a break. Go do something else. Like I said, I made several of these over the summer, and I don't think I ever sat down and did the whole thing all at once. You can do the pull through with the shelf liner as well. I don't know. I've just always preferred this method. Maybe I just like to make the extra work for myself. But once you get going, it does start to go pretty smoothly. Where did you get your liner from, Kimmy?
I got it from Family Dollar.
Did you?
It's the thicker. It was Total White. It's thicker. It was only 12 by 30 inches instead of 60.
Yeah. So I've actually worked with a thicker liner myself. It's a little more difficult to work with, but it's definitely still doable. The thinner stuff is easier for sure. I've actually gotten the really big rolls from Big Lots too. Big Lots has the big rolls of the white and the tan, I believe. I don't know where some people find all these colors from. I can never really find a lot of colors. I lucked out when I found the green here. So, we're coming down the home stretch here. I appreciate you guys hanging on with me here. You're probably thinking, I'm never going to do one of these again. No. No.
I kind of like them.
I love them. I really do. I love how fluffy they look when they're done. And I mean, look at that. It's just, look how pretty that is, you know? You can hang it outside. You don't have to worry about the elements. It's rubber or whatever. You know, I don't even really know what they're made out of. I'm assuming it's some sort of rubber.
It does dry my hands out, though. Big
Oh, yeah,
time.
you know, I was saying that at the beginning. I'm sort of feeling my hands are a little bit dry too, but I'm a lotion person. I put lotion on my hands constantly. Every time I wash my hands, I've got my lotion. I like Curel. I use Curel lotion, so it's not really bothering me. But, you know, I'm thinking, I actually even wanted to try to maybe to do this with lace. I think lace
Ooh.
would be really, really pretty. I've never bought lace. I don't know how costly lace is. I'm just thinking, 'cause you can get lace in different colors, can't you?
Yes.
I've never bought it, so I don't know if that phrase, I'm always looking for new ideas, new things to try.
I think it depends on the lace. A lot of them, it depends how they're made, whether they're going to fray or not.
Uh-huh. So who's going to the class tomorrow with the Dollar Tree Witch Hat Christmas tree? You guys going to be there?
I'll be there.
I'll be there.
Do you have a witch hat, or what are you using? I know some people have Santa hats. Some people actually got the tree. Dollar Tree, I guess, has an actual tree covered in tinsel. I haven't seen them at mine yet. I have a Santa hat, and I have some witch hats, but I'm going to use the witch hat.
Yeah, I have a witch hat.
I haven't pulled the tinsel off mine yet, though, so.
I have the Santa hat.
Is that Kimmy?
Yes, I have the Santa hat.
That'll work, too. That'll work. And tomorrow during the day, I'll let you know where to put your not your zip ties, your pipe cleaners. I know I haven't done that yet. That won't take that long. Somebody actually posted a picture of the tree that they got from Dollar Tree. That's like the witch hat, and they took all the tinsel off of it, and they were asking. They wanted to use shelf liner. That was kind of a neat idea. So I told them, I said, just, do this, just put the zip ties and do 1 or 2 ruffles per section. I don't know if she's ever posted anything, if she finished doing that. So we'll see. Ouch. Yeah, my fingers are sore too. We're coming down the home stretch here because I want to show you if you want to add ribbon. It is possible. Like I said, I'm not going to add ribbon to mine, but I want to show you how you can. I have a nice bow that I'm going to use, and I think I might even glue some ornaments on mine because mine is green. So I think that would be pretty. You don't really want, because this is different than mesh, you don't really want to go crazy with your embellishments. I feel like this is kind of like burlap. You don't want to go crazy with it. See, I keep counting. I keep losing count. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, halfway there.
Christine, have you seen the moose from Dollar General?
I've seen that post, and I have a Dollar General here, but I haven't checked to see if they've put it out yet. It's like a popular thing now, I guess, the moose wreath.
And they are so cute. I got 2 of them tonight. I got the boy and the girl.
I got to go over there and check and see, because they're slow putting out their Christmas stuff. I've kept asking them. They're slow over here at my Dollar General, so I keep looking to see if they're going to put any mesh out. I know they had mesh in the fall, and they had it for Halloween. I'm waiting for them to mark their fall down because there's a few rolls of it left, and I'm going to go grab it. So you kind of
I
just
see it's probably marked down. I was there tonight, and there's at my store they were marked down.
the fall stuff.
Yep.
I better go over there and check tomorrow. I think they still had like 4 or 5 rolls of mesh, like a couple orange and a couple green. I'll just grab them. I've got so much mesh though. We stopped at the neatest store today. I told you earlier when class started that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm counting. I need 4 more. It was a little. It was like a little flea market, and it was indoors, and it looked really small on the outside, but it was huge inside. They had everything. They had antiques. They had little crafty things. They had. Oh my God, I could have been in there for hours. Of course, I bought some stuff. I bought some stuff for wreaths. My sister's like, "You can put this in a wreath." Like, yes, I can. I ended up spending way too much. I found this cute little, in fact, I want to show you because it was really cute. Because I want to make a gingerbread wreath in class. So they had this thing, and I figured I'll just take it apart. I can use a little, look at that.
Oh, how
I
cute.
can use a little gingerbread people in my wreath, and I can maybe put the heart in there too. But it's like a hanging thing, but it was only $6. It's like, and I thought I'll just take that apart and I'll use that in my wreath.
And where do you live?
I live in upstate New York. Are you familiar with upstate New York at all?
A little.
And I got this too. Isn't this cute? Can you guys see that? It's on your camera now.
Oh, that's adorable.
And their prices were reasonable. This was $7.99. That wasn't so reasonable, but it's just they had so many cute things. Yeah, I live about 2 hours west of Albany, our state capital. So I'm right in the middle of the state. People say they call it upstate. It's really more central New York. So.
Well, I don't think I'll be making a trip up tomorrow.
No, where are you, Ronnie?
I'm in Pennsylvania. I'm in Harrisburg.
Oh, okay. I lived in Pennsylvania for a while. I lived in Bethlehem and I lived in Easton. My kids were little. In fact, my daughter, let me think for a second here. My youngest daughter was born in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
Oh.
Yeah, I loved it there. That was the very first time I'd ever heard of ring bologna. I'm like, what the heck is ring bologna? What the heck? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need 2 more. Yeah, we lived in when my son was a baby and I was married, we lived in New Jersey, and I actually worked for MetLife, and I worked in New York City for a while for them, and my son was a baby, he was in daycare, and we would commute back and forth from New Jersey. Boy, that was a long commute. And
wow.
Then, my daughter, this was like 1992, this was a long time ago. And then my daughter was born in New Jersey, my older daughter, and we moved to Pennsylvania. And then we worked for MetLife in New Jersey, and we would commute back and forth from Pennsylvania, which was only like an hour. It was like right across the border. But then that was enough for me. And then I had another baby, and I just stayed home for a while. So I was a stay-at-home mom for a few years. So now my son is 26. And my daughters are, let me think here, 92. She's going to be 25. My older daughter, and my younger daughter it just turned 24. So they grow fast.
Yes, they
Everybody says to me, you don't look old enough to have kids that age. I'm like, thank you.
do. Makes you feel good, doesn't it?
It does. I feel like I'm 70 though sometimes. Hold on, let me count one more time. I think we're almost done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need 3 more here. But you can see when you get to where I am, it really starts to fill in. You really got to kind of squish them in. But you want that. You want it to be nice and full. Now you'll find, Kimmy, yes, said you're using the thicker liner. You're going to find that you probably won't need as many per section because it's thicker. So, if you want to try to squeeze 10 in there, you can, but you'll probably find that you don't need to because it's thicker. So. I hear everybody pulling their zip ties here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to put one more there. Now, if you don't like how your zip ties are kind of sharp in the back when you cut them off, you can definitely cover the back of your wreath. I know a lot of people buy like the placemats. I think Dollar Tree even has some cute holiday placemats that you can cut them to fit, and I think a lot of times they even just fit automatically, and you can cover the sharpness of your cut zip ties there, because I don't really think there's any other way you can cut those without leaving that sharp edge. So I think I'm done here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How many do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need 2 more. And then we're done. It really gets to be a tight squeeze when you get to the end, but you can fluff them all out when you're done. I got one more. Yeah, I need to, I'll probably post a little video in the morning on how to get your witch hat ready. You're not going to have to do the same thing with the Santa hat that you do with the witch hat. But the witch hat is kind of curved. And for the tree, you need to get rid of that. You need to get rid of that little curve that the witch hat has, because you don't want your tree to curve. And you're actually going to cut that off. And I'll show you how to do that. I can probably even just wait and show you in class, but I want everybody to have their zip ties and stuff ready before class. Okay, so that's that. We're done. Or I'm done. You guys can finish later, but I just want to show you how to do ribbon if you want to put ribbon streamers in. Now, with shelf liner, because your shelf liner is shorter, you're not going to want to cut your ribbon as long. Let me just snip these off first here. I actually think I'm going to use the bow that I made for my pull-through ruffle wreath. It didn't really match my colors, but I think it's going to go well with this wreath because I held it up to the color of my shelf liner earlier, and it looks like it would go well with this. So I'm going to see how that looks. I actually even saw someone make a spiral wreath out of shelf liner once. If you've seen the spiral or the curly wreaths, obviously, I'm sure you have. And they just rolled it up. I'd like to try that too. I'd like to see how that would look. Okay, so this is when you can kind of go back and fluff it up a little bit because you've been kind of squishing it. But isn't that pretty? It's nice and full. I love the way those look when they're done. I tried the pull through with the shelf liner and I didn't think it looked fluffy enough to me. I don't know. And you could see some of the bars too with the pull through. It's like it's hard to get the bars to be covered up, in my opinion. Okay, so there's that. It's nice and full. Now, I'm not going to add ribbon streamers to mine, but I just want to show you how you can if you want to. I have this pretty candy cane ribbon. Although I think candy cane ribbon would be pretty in there, I think. So you need to make sure you have some pipe cleaners. Where are my pipe cleaners? Of course, I didn't have any ready. Wait a second, are there any in here? Yeah, I got some right here. Okay, so you're going to want to go in with a pipe cleaner and attach it. So this is a 13-inch streamer. Now, that might be too long, but I already had it cut that length. This is some leftover. Actually, I apologize. This is 12 inches. You don't really want to cut it that long. So you're just going to go ahead and you're going to fold it in half. If you want to do two ribbons together, you can, but I'm just going to show you an example with one. Maybe I'll just grab another one. I have another one over here too. Another extra from before. So if you want to do two, you can do two. Just fold it in half just to get your center point here. And pinch it. Now, if you find these are going to be too long, you can always trim off the excess, but these are 12 inches. Okay, take your pipe cleaner, wrap it around the middle, and twist it. Okay, and you're just going to want to go in, all right, and find a space. Find your bar. Okay, and just feed it through. And twist it. Just twist it in the back. Cut off the extra later. And then you have your ribbon added. Easy peasy. That's too long for you, you can cut some off. Just kind of lay it down. Just like you would if you're going to put it in mesh. You don't have to add streamers like this. You can do it. There's many ways you can add ribbon. It's actually kind of a nice length. I like that length. I like to curl my ribbons under a little bit though, so they're not like sticking straight out. I like them to kind of be curled. But that doesn't look too bad. I actually kind of like those. I don't know about the colors, but these are ones I already had cut. You can still do the thing I think I've showed you in other videos where I don't think I have an extra long piece of ribbon cut, but if you've seen my other videos, you can take another piece of ribbon 16 inches, okay, and don't dovetail the ends, and I don't have a piece ready, but you just sort of make a little bow tie with it. I don't know if this is going to be long enough, but maybe just so I can show you an example. And you pinch it in the middle like that, okay? And you make a little bow tie. Okay, I don't have a long enough piece to do that with. And then you can add that to the center of your ribbon streamers, or you can add a little ornament if you want to. I have some ornaments as well, but I like the bow ties. And I wish I had a longer piece of ribbon I could show you. I really wasn't planning on adding ribbon streamers to mine, so let me see, maybe, I think I do actually have some of this. I should have used this ribbon instead of that, but here's a 16-inch piece of some snowflake ribbon that I had. And this, you have to have that longer to make a nice bow tie. This isn't going to match my other ribbon, but and this you would actually have to, you'd have to get another zip tie and tie it together because you don't have any pipe cleaner sticking up for you to attach it to like you would normally. So I'm just going to make a little bundle with another pipe cleaner or another. And you can make a nice little bow tie. This is not going to match, obviously. I can go back in and I can add snowflake ribbon, but you can add a little bow tie. And you would just go back in. I actually wouldn't feed this. I'm just using this just to tie it together. I would actually snip that off and glue that in, okay? Just glue your little bow tie right in there, okay? So that's another little decorating option that you can do. In fact, I think I might even go back and add the snowflake ribbon because I think the snowflake ribbon is pretty. But you see that? You see how cute that little bow tie looks in there? Okay. Doesn't match my ribbon right now, but that's just an idea. I really wasn't planning on adding ribbon streamers, but now I kind of like the way they look. So I just snipped off the back of the pipe cleaner, and I have a little bow tie that you can add. You know, I could even do this if I wanted to. I have another piece of this ribbon dovetailed here, okay? If I wanted to, I could just add that to that like that and place this somewhere on here. I like that snowflake ribbon. I think I might go back and add that. Or if you wanted to, you could just take one long continuous piece of ribbon. Let me see if I can show you that. And you can just feed it around your wreath. Let me see if I have. There's a brand new roll here. I'm just trying to give you guys different ideas of what you can do. I don't want you to have to do exactly what I'm doing. So here's a roll of ribbon. I think it's from Dollar Tree, maybe 9 feet or whatever. What you can do if you want to is just feed it around your wreath. So you're still going to have to use your pipe cleaners, okay? So just take one end of it and kind of pinch it. Wrap your pipe cleaner around it, and you can just feed it right through. Again, find an empty bar, okay, just to get it going. I'm just going to stick that through there. It didn't go around my bar, so I need to find my bar here. I was wondering why it was pulling all the way through. Just to get it started. Okay, tie that in. You can cut that off later. Okay. And you can just like start feeding it around the wreath. You're going to have to keep adding pipe cleaners and tying it in. Okay. But you can just feed the ribbon all the way around the wreath. You see that? But you're going to have to keep adding your pipe cleaners to be able to attach it. I'm just kind of tucking it in for now. But that's another decorating idea that you can do. okay? And then if you want to, if you have maybe 2 rolls of a certain type of ribbon, when you get to like the bottom, you could then make a bow and just have all this going all the way around and then make a nice bow. That's another really cute idea that you can do. In fact, I might even go back and do that. We'll see. And I just decided I was going to add just a bow to mine. I wasn't even going to add streamers, but I kind of like the way those ribbon streamers look there too. And this other idea with this ribbon, I actually have this bow that I made with that same ribbon for another class. I ended up not using it, but I might use this here. Let's get these out of here so you can, it doesn't distract from. But that's how you would add your ribbon streamers if you wanted to. Or what I had originally intended on doing was adding my bow. And again, you can just feed that through. This is on floral wire, and floral wire is a pain in the neck in my opinion. You can just add a simple little bow. I like my bows on the side. I don't really like them on the top or on the bottom. I kind of like them on the side. You could do something like that. And then if you have whoops, there they go. If you have some cute little ornaments, you can glue. You can hot glue. I have some gold. I have some red. You see that? Obviously you see that, you're watching me, so that's another neat idea. If you want something a little bit more simple and traditional. I don't know if I like the gold though. I like the red. I don't know if I like the gold. And I'm just sort of like placing them. I'm not really. It's important that you do that anyway. If you're going to be adding any sort of an embellishment to a wreath, you always want to just place them first before you glue, because if you don't like the way they look, then this one's too big. I don't know where that one came from. That one's bigger than the other ones. And this is kind of similar to the picture that I posted. I think she just had red balls on there. Or, you know, anything. If you have a cute little sign, you know, I'm not quite sure if I'm going to go with that. I might go back and put my ribbon streamers in. I have this little sign that I could add. It's got the red and the green in it. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Are the ideas good, bad? What do you guys think I should do with my wreath? Should I do the balls and the bow and the sign, or should I do my ribbons? What do you think? Would you like the best? I need some feedback here.
I like the way it is now. I think that's cute.
Really?
Yeah.
Does the sign match?
Yes. I like the sign. I think that really pops.
What about my bow? Does that go?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, Ryan, you're such a sweetheart. It's, you know, because it's hard for me to kind of see, because I'm like, right now I'm looking at it upside down. I'm looking at it on my laptop. So it's difficult for me to kind of gauge if I like the way it looks or not. So what do you think, Kimmy? Is Kimmy still there? Which one of my ideas did you like?
I like it like that too. I think it's really cute.
Be honest, my feelings won't be hurt.
No, I love the red snowflake bow. I think that's beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Are the balls too small? Should I have bigger ornaments, or what do you think?
What about if you did them in a cluster?
I was thinking about that too. I was thinking about that, like holly, maybe.
Yeah.
Which Linda is this? I don't even know what Linda that is.
Well, this would be my first time that I've been able to watch. This is Linda Wright.
Oh, hi, Linda Wright.
Hi.
And I stopped the and I stopped for a while. You saw sort of an unusual class. I don't usually stop like that, but this was sort of a time-consuming.
Yeah, that's okay. It worked out fine. Yeah, I was
Hi,
able to
Linda
get mine
Reed.
done.
Linda Wright. I think I like these little clusters too, actually.
Yeah, I like that a
They
lot
look
better.
like holly berries.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking that before you even said it. But, ribbons are cute too. There's a lot of different things that you can do. Oh, look how cute that is. But I need one more red ball, though. I don't think I have another small red ball. I just have this big one. I have to go check my stash and see what I have. It is kind of cute. That's a gold one. I don't want a gold one.
Perfect.
Oh, look at that.
That's perfect.
Thanks, Linda. That ball's a little big. This bow, I don't know if you guys saw the video I posted. This bow was just made by making a bunch of circles and then stapling them together. So, and I think I showed it in one of my other classes, but I'll post the video again. And you know that I do have a pro bow the hand, and I haven't taken it out of the box yet. I'm like afraid. I don't know why I'm afraid of it. I'm just afraid that they're not going to come out. I have one. I have one right here. I just haven't taken it out of the box yet. There's my pro bow the hand. But this bow was just made by just making a bunch of little circles and then stapling them together in a little circle in the middle. And I'll post that video again. That's so cute with those little clusters like that. I like that. I like that a lot. And I made this bow too. I think I got this from this ribbon from the Dollar Tree too. Those are both. I was thinking about maybe using that one too. I like that one too. But anyway, it's 10:30 here. Wow, 10:39. Linda, I hope you enjoyed your first class. I'm
Yes,
sorry.
I did very much.
3 or 4 Lindas, so I wasn't sure which Linda it was. What did you say? I'm sorry.
I really enjoyed it. Thank you.
Did you really? Oh, you're welcome. Like I said, it was an unusual class. I usually don't stop like that. But this was a lot of work, scrunching and everything. So, okay, guys, make sure you post pictures of your wreath. All your wreath is in the group when you're done. If you have any questions, let me know. Alrighty.
Okay, thank you.
Have a great
Christina.
night, guys.
Thanks, Christina.
Bye, Kimmy. Bye, Ronnie. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye now.
Bye.
Bye.